Alright guys, so we're doing an update come hell or high water, I guess. It's really annoying not being able to get you guys like my DIYs, and I feel like I need to edit them or it's just not going to pay me back to throw it out there in this horrible format. So update's gonna come for now. I think I found a way, so I have 4 gigs of RAM on my PC in there, and each space has a 2 gig little piece in it. So you just put the little piece slot in there, and each piece, I looked at it, is a 2 gig slot. Does anyone out there know PCs? Do you know if I could take those out of my laptop, take the 2 gig RAMs out, and put in 4 gig RAMs? Like, do they make the little 4 gig ones? Like, they should, right? I should be able to remove the 2s and put 4s in and give myself from 4 to 8, so I double the RAM space. Would that not work? Would that not help? Somebody please let me know if you know. I could go do that. Like, I could go get that done today and possibly have RAM space. Processor works in that. I don't know if it's RAM. I don't know what it is. I'm not a computer guy, so I just couldn't tell you. But anyways, like, there's been a lot happening in here, as you can see. I built these 2 new stands. These are going to house 20s. So a 20 and a 20, and I left myself like 10 inches of wiggle room up top. And then 10s. Man, it's hot. It's blowing right on me. What else? So that 55 is moving over here. I went to the dollar a gallon sale. I bought 3 20s and 1 10. I need to go back and get way more. I need at least 1 more 20. I need a 55. I'm going to try and get that on like Facebook or Craigslist because I don't want to spend 55. I think I can save a lot of money. Even if I have to re-silicone, it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, and then I also have this stand right here. So I found this. I had a dehumidifier, took the dehumidifier back because it didn't work. This was there for 10 bucks, and that's a 40 stand. That will fit 40s just like this. So what I'm going to do is in the future, I think 240s is the best. I'm not going to have money for all that and fish and computer parts, so I'm going to save a little bit. I'm going to try this thing out. So 13 bucks, 15 gallons. I think I'm going to get like 10 gallons to 12 gallons in it, and actually 15 probably, because what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to build a rock island. And I'm going to allow the snails to use the rock island to lay eggs. It should, like, sit on there better. I still got to find a way to keep it humid enough for the eggs to hatch. Maybe I'll set, like, a bowl on top of the rock to where they can go up in the bowl, and it keeps the water humid in there, and then they can hatch on the rock, and the rock will be, like, a rougher surface so they won't fall off, like glass and all this other plastic stuff. And then I'm going to do, like, dwarf sage power grow out in here. Just a bunch of I'm going to carpet in here. That or some other kind of plants like that. Maybe some Anubias nana petite. I'm going to do some planting stuff in here. If I like that, I'm going to go with one here and another one like right up here because I can get it to fit. It fits in there. It hangs on that perfect. And then we will go with the 40 up top. So I do need like 140, but those are the ones I want to just buy off of like Craigslist or used because I think it just saves me a lot of money to do it like that. And then I'll get like 10s and 20s. That's cheap enough. And I'm open to use, to be honest. I have no problem throwing in some silicone root. It takes 10 minutes, let it cure for a couple days, and you're good. But that I just need to do a separate update on. That's a giant snail is what that is. He's about that big, but he'll get like bigger than my hand. Like, I'm not kidding, bigger than my hand. Everything's going good with the rabbit snails are doing fine. Still have that one baby in there. There's so many updates on. So like the ones that died, I ended up emptying the shells, and I saw little cocoons come out. I think they were babies, like that just didn't make it because the parent died, but like encapsulated in their cocoon. It was weird. Doing good in here. I need to check this like frequently for eggs. No more eggs. I had one of them fall in, so I'm not hatching them in there. That one back there fell in. I just put both in here. So I'm going to change that up. I'm still working on the snail factory. Everything's good in here. Guppies are doing great. I have planaria and hydra in there. I think it's coming from So I buy some plants from Petco every now and then because they have really cool, rare ones that are hard to find. I can pay $5 a piece instead of like 8 because you pull them out of their tank, and with that you get Hydra and Planaria. I literally saw like a giant Planaria. I was like, oh my god, that plant has a leech. And he's like, I was like, oh, it's Planaria. And then he's like, oh yeah, it's perfectly fine, it's okay. No, it's not. It's not okay. You're killing people's fish. Like, you're not, it's not okay. But so I got the two things that are happening today. Mystery snails are moving because that's just not big enough for them. And then guppies are moving because I don't like the Hydra. If she has babies, I don't want like her newborn babies to get stung by a bunch of Hydra and then have problems. I don't want to lose anything. So they're moving today, along with mystery snails moving today. I may just throw my swordtails in the 55 in here and see if they'll clean it up. Like, stop feeding them and see if they clean it up after like a week. And then of course, like the baby brine is what I feed it. I've been feeding a baby brine for like 2.5 weeks now, going on 3. Because I want to keep, I'm water changing a lot and feeding a lot, and she's big. Either she has dropsy, internal parasites, or she is about to have babies in the near future, which 3 weeks, okay, she had them. It's been about we're about 3 weeks in, so she could have babies any time now. She could, in 1 more week, she's due to have more babies, so that's another month. She could absolutely have babies. That's the key to having more babies with guppies. Lots of water changes. That's conditioning, cleaning that, getting those nitrates out, making them want to breed and reproduce, and feeding them good as well, but mainly keeping those nitrates low. That's what discus breeders are all about. But same over here. So Black Ranchu is in. I think she's a girl because these two are like beating the hell out of her. Like, just I put them. Let me show you where'd they go. I have these 2 little jail cells I made. I didn't make them. They came out of like I was gifted these, and I don't know how to use them, but it's like Tupperware with carbon packets, and yeah, it's Tupperware with like a carbon, and it keeps your stuff fresh. But I don't keep stuff that long in my fridge. But these were in them, so like win-win. I don't know how much Tupperware was, but that is buoyant. It floats perfectly. So I jail celled the goldfish for like 24, 48 hours. The orange one was the worst. He had to stay in there for 48 before he calmed down. I think it's a girl because they were like beating her. It wasn't like those two were like testing each other, but with her, they kept ramming her, and like she was nosediving, and the poor little thing, she's like a ball, was just like rolling. They were like mashing her on the ground, and she was like nosediving and rolling. It was terrible. So I put them in that. I'm good over here in the big boy tank. 125 is due to get set up, but other stuff has to happen for it's ready. All I have to do, I gotta clean it out real quick, wipe it down on the inside. There's some old scraped silicone. Gotta go over it once more with the cleaning, and then I'm good to substrate. I just think I want to do under gravel filter on that one. I think that's the key. Under gravel, and then maybe probably like a circulating pump as well in there, and then just, yeah, I think that's the key. We'll see if I can get plants. I don't know. Like, the Java Fern's been lasting in here. I need to start dosing Ferts and like Excel in there, just so it kind of helps them win a little bit better. But so that's in here. You guys get the basic. I just ask if I miss anything that you wanted to see. I still got to do that closet. I think, I'm not sure what I'm turning. I think I'm gonna do like 2 38 gallons in there. I think that would work because it's kind of short and narrow. Corey's on the big screen. But yeah, these swordtails got moved in here to the 55 DIY substrate. So that's part of what I needed to get out with the other one. I need your guys' help. Apparently it might not be available everywhere. It's available here very cheap, but it may not be available everywhere. So my next video, one of my next videos is going to be asking you guys to help. Because I need your guys' help to help me figure out if it works the way I think it's going to work. Now, we'll get into that later, but everything's looking good in here. Like, to be honest, the crip has, like, set in nicely. It's taken off, but I do have, like, my nicest T8s in there. I've got an 8K, a 10K, like, a broad spectrum, like, 4 through 10K in there. So, now these I got a Facebook, and this is a mistake. I'm not doing this anymore. Next fish buy I do is just from like Corey, Greg Sage, LR Bretts, or someone decent like that. But I got Fundulopanchax, Galaris, and a Nirai, and I got them to breed. It was 2 males, 1 female. I was like, okay, well, I'll just pair off the 2 and I'll have an extra male. The guy packed him wrong, and the male basically killed the female in the bag because he thought by doing that they would pair off. I don't know if they've ever been together or what, but he's like, oh, I thought they would pair off like that. I was like, oh my god, you're dumb. But they're in this 10 just kind of chilling. I'm probably going to put him through meds because the dude did that. He's obviously not that smart. So I know I don't always put my fish that I get through hobbies through med. I didn't med Corey's. I think I may. I don't think I need to. I may do internals on her and check her. I think internals just they always have it. So, but that's the little guy. Hopefully you can see him. And then there is one more in there. But, I mean, they're gorgeous. That's, like, probably one of my favorite fish. Like, I'm going to be breeding them. I'm going to go grab more Wonder Killies. Got to get rid of some fish. I don't know if I'm going to give them away, though, because I'm fine with giving them away. I just don't want to give them to a dumbass who's going to kill them. So, yeah. And then if anybody, I got these, like, on a trade, very, very cheap, basically. So, if any of you know, and hey, Bob, if you see this, help me. Give me tips and hints and all that. I know they're cave dwellers. I did quick research. I don't know what they eat. Like, I heard someone say, oh, they're vegetarians. And then I heard someone say, oh, no, they're carnivores. Like, which is it? So they've been getting both. I give them some bloodworms, some brine. I give them, like, a good kind of broad spectrum food. So they kind of get covered. But Juliochromis, Malarise. Is that it? It's a Juliochromis, but 2 males, 1 female. There were supposed to be 4. I got 3. I don't know. The dude's just not. I don't know. Obviously, he's a little off in his head, but like he's just not. He didn't put it together. I don't know. The dude's not. Yeah, he screwed me over again right there too. So, everything out here is doing fine. So the person on the DIY jar, they love it. Like, they love it. The 2 ram's horns and a ghost shrimp in there. I told them if they take care of it, I'll be putting a fish in soon. I'm not sure what. I might put one of those Fundulopanchax in there. I don't know. I think one of those guys will be able to live. I kind of don't want to do that to those fish, being that they're kind of one of my favorite types of fish. Like, I just really like the way that fish looks and the attitude of it. So, of course I take this off, but yeah, so I don't know what's going. Maybe a betta, maybe white clouds, maybe nothing, maybe an auto. I think like auto and white clouds is what I want to do, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I think is okay. We'll see what the temp sits at. Just normally, that house normally doesn't fluctuate a whole lot, so we'll see what it sits at. If I put a betta, I have a heater I can put under there. People, you tell me, oh, it needs to be heated. Oh, it doesn't need to be heated. Yeah, I know. Okay, I have fish. Okay, I think I can figure that out. I'm sure it's none of you guys. No, those people haven't resubbed, I'm sure. But I think that's it. So I'm gonna quit this. It's like 13 and a half minutes, and yeah, I've got stuff I gotta get done today, in here and elsewhere. So yeah, the editing, I don't know. Like I said again, so. On that PC, I have 2 slots. Each has 2 gigs of RAM. Please, someone who's familiar with PCs, let me know. Can I take the 2 gig RAM drives out and put 4 gigs in? Like 2 4 gigs? Giving me 8 gigs of RAM? Will that not work? And is there anything in between like I need to worry about? Like, I should be good. That's just like my free access space, not memory. I should be good to just pull those out and put big ones in. Right? And they do have bigger ones, correct? I'm pretty sure they do. I built the computer like a while ago, and I'm pretty sure that's what we did. But, yeah, let me know on that. Let me know if you think that'll help. The computer just doesn't, it like freezes doing Movie Maker. It was only 30 minutes of content, which is not a lot. Like, it's not a lot at all. So, the other ones I could put, like, my first one, before it crashed, I could put 2-3 hours of content. Yeah, it was slow. It did not lag, and it definitely didn't freeze. But and that was 8 gigs of RAM, i7. It had problems though. Like, it had odd problems with it, but Man, I kind of wish I still had that, but what are you gonna do? I don't know. But anyways, guys, yeah. Hope you like the update. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see. I don't know what I'm doing with the 112. I think it's just gonna be the big boy tank. But then again, I'm kind of regretting. I kind of don't want to have a tank just with big predators. I'm not into the predators. The Oscars piss me off a lot. But I don't know. Like, if I can't give them to someone who has adequate space for them, I'm not gonna give them away. I'd be okay with it at this point, but at the same time, like I feel bad when I give fish away because I feel like I know that they're going to get like very good care with me. If they get sick, they're going to get treated. They're going to be fed good. They're not going to be fed the same dry food daily. They get fed like 2 different foods. They get fed like 3 to 4 times a day. And 3 of those feedings are normally dry, sometimes not, but they're always something different. It's either like an Omega-1 or a Hikari. There's 3 different Hikaris that I use. Sometimes I'll just take the New Life Spectrum, throw that in. I need to get a good veggie pellet for them too. There's a veggie pellet I've been seeing. It's Omega-1. Like when I read Omega-1 ingredients, it just looks good. It looks better than Hikari. It looks better than everything. So, yeah, in my experience, my fish like the Omega-1 quite a bit, a lot more than Hikari. So, the certain Hikaris they just love. But yeah. That's that. I'm rambling. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. And help me out with the PC. Let me know what you guys know. And let me know if there's anything in particular like you want a specific update on. Because that'll be, I can get the phone out and I can just be like, alright, this is what is happening and what has happened. And I can do that fairly easy. So anyways, guys, before this becomes any longer, have a good one.